Hi guys. I'm gonna make a video today, and it's about why I got a new number in the first place, a new phone number and a new cell phone. So I'm not gonna tell you what my new number is because it's confidential. I don't want anyone on watching YouTube to know what my old and new number is because that's private. So I got a new number because some friends of my old cab driver were texting me saying that my old cab driver wants to see me, and when I said no, I told his friends not to text me, or else I'll call the police. And they texted me back saying, "Oh, you're bitch," saying stuff like, "Oh, I was just trying to be nice, blah blah blah, was trying to be nice to you, and he called me several times and asked me to help you, blah blah blah." And otherwise, I'm not gonna get into too much detail about what they said. I had to block several numbers that texted me on behalf of that old cab driver. Um, so yeah. Um, Anyways, I got a new phone in September of this year. And then I ended up having two phones. I got an iPhone 6 for free, and I still had the iPhone 8 that my dad bought for me, and it was under his plan. And today he just found he saw that I texted him with a different number because I used my new cell phone to text him. So my dad did ask me, "Is this your home phone?" And I said, "No, Dad, I got a new phone." And he's like, "What? Why?" And I told him the reason why. I was like, there are people trying to text me, trying to scam me, being all creepy. And yeah, so I asked my dad to cancel the number. I feel very bad because now he has to pay the remaining balance of the phone after he cancels it. So yeah, and you know, yeah, so I gave the iPhone 8 over to my dad. And then he came over to drop off my Cutco knives because I forgot them in his truck. When he came off, I gave the iPhone 8 back to my dad. My dad calls me later today, and he's like, he's like, "What iPhone did you get?" I'm like, "I got the iPhone 6." And okay, so my funny thing that my dad said was like, "That iPhone 6 is so old, no one uses it anymore." And he's like, "Do you want the iPhone 8 back?" And I'm like, "I'm just fine with the iPhone 6, thanks." I don't care what model of phone it is, like as long as it still works. Um, yeah, so with either the iPhone 5, iPhone 6, iPhone 5 or later I'm okay with, but yeah. iPhone 4 is just so 2011, Like, honestly, now that's what I call old. Even the iPhone 3GS, that's freaking old, man. That's like a decade ago. But yeah, so I'm happy with my iPhone 6. It's not that old, so yeah. Sure love the iPhone 8, but honestly, if I did not encounter old friends of my old cab driver texting me, I would have kept the iPhone 8 and kept that same number. I still would have been under my dad's plan. So I decided to go under my own plan because I thought it was because rather than asking my dad to get a new number, I decided to get one myself. It's just easier to get a phone on my own and stuff like that. So yeah. If you guys are in my situation where your old boyfriend or whoever that you don't speak to tries to contact you and you don't want anything to do with them, um, you should do the same thing as me and change your phone number. Block every number that your significant other that you don't want to talk to uses. And eventually that's what happened. Safine, that cab driver, and his friends were using different numbers to contact me. Like, they started with something like 780, 941. Like, those were the air codes that the number started with. And even 587 and so forth. And I'm so glad to be done with those guys, and that cab driver Safine is freaking dead now, and God knows where he is. Even I know where he is now. So yeah, I'm not gonna say the H word because I want to try to keep it like keep my language clean and stuff, and my YouTube videos, because yeah, I don't want to swear in my YouTube videos. So, because I'm now that I'm 26, I'm more mature. I'm not gonna swear on my YouTube videos, and it's not really appropriate language to be using while you're making videos on YouTube anyway, and so forth. Yeah, and now that I have a new number, I just feel safer. No creeps can contact me anymore, and so that's the good news. However, the bad news is I have to update every single contact on my contact list that this is my new number and that my old number is going to be canceled. And anyways, one thing I learned was be careful who I'm texting, and never give my number out even to my cab drivers, because they can be creeps just like people are. Like when you want a different cab, never call your own cab driver's number. You always call the company, and then a random cab will come over. So, because apparently I was like stupid and naive, I gave my old that Safine guy that number, my 802 number, which I'm not gonna really say out loud. So we started texting, and then all of a sudden it got to the point where he wanted to have like physical relationship with me. It was really gross. And I'm so glad. If one of my math professors did not help me get out of this, I would have been in huge trouble. That would have worried my parents if they found out, honestly. And yeah, I'm so glad that I met such a decent guy, like one of my old math professors. Like he's very he was very concerned. He wanted me to get out of there, and he would keep telling me, "Do not go back with Safine. This is a bad idea." So I just listened to him, and eventually I'm out. I'm out of that relationship, and no more contact with his friends. No more contact with his brother-in-law either, because his brother-in-law was a creep too, honestly. And unfortunately, I had to block that brother-in-law's number too. And the reason why was because he got very seductive, and he's like, "Oh, I just want to kiss you," blah blah blah. And I thought, "Oh no, I think he just wants to do this with me," and so forth. And because the thing is, I'm more like careful now. Learned my lesson, and I really want you guys to learn from my mistakes and don't get into the situation that I did. Like, never, ever, ever invite your old cab driver over to your place to hang out, because you don't know what they can do to you. Like, they could physically, like, sleep with you and stuff like that. Or even try to sleep with you. And don't ever call your own cab driver's cell number, because that's his personal number, not the professional number. You always call the company. You only call the cab company if you want a cab ride. And that's all I have to tell you guys today. And I hope in 2019 you'll learn from my mistakes and not make that dumb mistake again. Bye, guys.